the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, to please make his introductory remarks.
Your Excellency, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Buhari, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON, SAN, the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the SGF and other members of the Federal Executive Council here present, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here this afternoon on a very special occasion of unveiling of Nigeria's digital currency by Mr. President. Mr. President, sir, permit me to say that it is to your leadership, sir, that owing to the enormous work done at the CBN, Nigeria has one of the most advanced payment systems in the world and certainly the best in Africa, which is befitting to the country as the largest economy in Africa. It is to your credit, Your Excellency, that Nigeria has the best payment system in Africa today. With growing interest in central bank digital currency, CBDC, around the world, the Central Bank of Nigeria commenced extensive study, consultations, identification of use cases, and the testing of the CBDC concept in a sandbox environment as far back as 2017. The objective of the research was to establish a compelling case for the adoption of a digital currency in Nigeria to enable a more prosperous and inclusive economy for all Nigerians. Following the completion of the preliminary work, our researchers and experts at the CBN were able to clearly establish that a digital currency will drive a more cashless, inclusive, and digital economy and will complement the gains of previous policy measures and our fast-growing payments platform in Nigeria. As such, the CBN decided to implement its own CBDC and to name the digital currency the eNAIRA. Your Excellency, the CBN believes that eNAIRA will make a significant positive difference to Nigeria and Nigerians, including A, supporting a resilient payment system ecosystem, B, encouraging rapid financial inclusion, C, reducing the cost of processing cash, D, enabling direct and transparent welfare interventions to our citizens, E, increasing revenue and tax collection, F, facilitating diaspora remittances into Nigeria, G, reducing the cost of financial transactions and improving the efficiency of payments in Nigeria. Therefore, the eNAIRA is Nigeria's CBDC, and it is digital equivalent of the physical Naira. As the tagline simply encapsulates, the eNAIRA is the same Naira with far more possibilities. The eNAIRA, like the physical Naira, is a legal tender in Nigeria and a liability of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The eNAIRA and Naira will have the same value and will always be exchanged at 1 Naira to 1 eNAIRA. To de-risk the process, Your Excellency, the CBN has given careful consideration to the entire payments and financial architecture and has designed the eNAIRA to complement and strengthen these ecosystems and have implemented secure safeguards and policies to maintain the integrity of the financial system. Specifically, there will be with strict adherence to the anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism AML CFT standards in order to preserve the integrity and stability of Nigeria's payment system. Since the eNAIRA platform went live, there has been overwhelming interest and encouraging response from Nigerians and other parties across the globe, with over 2.5 million daily visits to our websites with the following milestones. 1. 33 banks are fully integrated and live on the platform. 2. 500 million naira has been successfully minted by the CBN. 3. 200 million naira has been issued to financial institutions. 4. Over 2,000 customers have been onboarded on the platform. And 5. Over 120 merchants have successfully registered on the e-platform. With this launch today, we believe that the numbers will grow exponentially. Today, customers who download the eNAIRA's P-Wallet app will be able to perform the following. A. Onboard and create their wallet. B. Fund their eNAIRA wallet from their bank account. C. Transfer eNAIRA from their wallet to another wallet. And D. Make payments for purchases at registered merchants' locations both within and even across the country. Mr. President, sir, today you make history yet again with the launch of the eNAIRA, the first in Africa and one of the earliest around the world today. Mr. President, as you make groundbreaking reforms, there have been continuing debate on the true value of our naira. Rather than worry today on the direction of the exchange rate, let us take a step back and analyze how we got here in the first place. Please recall, Your Excellency, that since the advent of the International Monetary Fund IMF-led structural adjustment program SAP in 1986 and the introduction of the second-tier foreign exchange market, the naira has been on a one-way free fall from parity to the US dollar in 1984 to over 410 naira to the dollar today. Some 35 years after that, we have not been able to achieve the many promises and objectives of that program. Instead, what we have seen is widespread import dependency, which has wiped out most of our production and manufacturing bases and exported all our jobs in the process. What has happened to the massive textile factories across our nation, such that we import almost all cotton products when we are rich in cotton? What has happened to our vehicle assembly plants across the nation, such that we import most vehicles and have become a massive dumping ground for dying second-hand vehicles in Nigeria today? What has happened to our rubber plantations through which we made the best tires and rubber products in the world? What has happened to our groundnut pyramids? And what has happened to our cocoa farms? And lastly, what has happened to our palm oil mills in Nigeria? Your Excellency, under your leadership, we must stop this decline for good. We must return to massive homemade production. We must get our people working again. We must create the economic environment for massive domestic production and significant non-oil exports. As custodians of your national reserves, let me first assure you, Your Excellency, that there is no cause for alarm at all. Our foreign exchange reserves are strong and indeed getting stronger by the day, crossing the $40 billion mark and is one of the highest in Africa and growing. But we cannot fritter our reserves away on cheap imports and currency speculators. We must return to an employment-led growth anchored on productivity and rewarding producers of local goods, services, innovation, and new technologies. If you consume cheap imports and export our jobs, we will make you pay dearly for it. But if you produce locally with little or no foreign inputs beyond machinery, we will support you and the market will reward you abundantly. Today, in addition to all policies and actions of the CBN to support the economy, especially through the trying times of COVID-19, the CBN is announcing a new financial instrument titled the 100 for 100 PPP. PPP meaning Policy on Production and Productivity, which will be anchored in our Development Finance Department under my direct supervision. Under this policy, the CBN will advertise, screen, scrutinize, and financially support 100 targeted private sector companies in 100 days, beginning from November 1, 2021, and rolling over every 100 days with new set of 100 companies whose names will be published in national dailies for Nigerians to verify and confirm. Working through our banks, the financial instrument will be available to their customers in critical areas to boost their production and productivity and to immediately transform and jumpstart the productive base of our economy once again. After these 100 projects by companies, in the first 100 days from November 1, we will take the next 100 companies and projects for another 100 days beginning February 1, 2022, and then another 100 companies for another 100 days beginning May 1, 2022. The purpose of this instrument, Your Excellency, is to take further steps to reverse our over-reliance on imports. We believe that if we target and support the right companies and projects, we will see a significant, measurable, and verifiable increase in local production and productivity, reduction in certain imports, increase in our non-oil exports, and improvement in the foreign exchange generating capacity of our economy. This, in my view, is the best and most sustainable way to address the Naira's value through production and more production. As with most digital revolutions, our eNAIRA is a journey that starts today. It is not a one-off event. It is a journey of possibilities. We will continue to refine, fine-tune, and upgrade it. Therefore, Nigerians should expect to see additional functionalities in the coming months, including accessibility and onboarding of customers without BVN, and the use of eNAIRA on the phone without internet will further drive financial inclusion, making Nigeria one of the first countries in the world to deploy central bank digital currency via USSD on phones without relying on internet connectivity. Onboarding of revenue collection agencies to increase and simplify our process of revenue collection in Nigeria. 3. Creation of sector-specific tokens to support the federal government's social programs and distribution of targeted welfare schemes in a bid to lift millions of Nigerians out of poverty by 2025 rather than resort to the distribution of cash publicly. Let me say, Your Excellency, that the success of the eNAIRA project could not have come without the active collaboration of several stakeholders inside and outside the government. I am grateful to all these agencies and leaders. In particular, I'd like to thank our Honorable Minister for Communications and Digital Economy and the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission and all the other agencies under the ministry for their collaboration and assistance. The CBN acknowledges.
Set and confirm your password. This will be your eNAIRA wallet password going forward. Click on Continue after the button turns green, and you will be taken to your personal information screen. Insert the following as used on your BVN. Your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your state of origin, your account number in the chosen bank. Click on a maximum number of 3 attempts to get it right, after which the system will log you out for 30 minutes. An email is sent to you with an activation link which expires after 1 hour. Once activated, you have become officially registered. For individuals and for businesses, eNAIRA and the eNAIRA State Wallets make the worries of handling money, yesterday's problems. Begin your journey now. eNAIRA, same Naira, more possibilities.
That is the short video on how to use the eNAIRA. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we have got to the point in which you will make your remarks, and I'd like to add that after those remarks, there will be the official unveiling of the eNAIRA, in which you will be joined by His Excellency, the Vice President, and the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Mr. President.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Senate President, Speaker, House of Representatives, members of the Executive Council, National Security Advisor, Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Service Chiefs and Inspector General of Police, Heads of Security Agencies, Chairman, Nigeria Legion, Senior government officials, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to today's event, which is to officially launch our country's digital currency, the eNAIRA. As we all know, money has been part of human history for at least the last 3,000 years in some way, shape, or form. But over this period, its form has evolved to respond to the realities of the economy and willingness of economic actors to synchronize money to the realities of life itself. This is why money has evolved through 6 identifiable stages, including the barter system, commodity money, metallic money, paper money, credit money, and electronic money. In recent times, the use of physical cash in conducting businesses and making payments has been on the decline. This trend has been exacerbated by the onset of the coronavirus pandemic and the resurgence of a new digital economy. Alongside these developments, businesses, households, and other economic agents have sought for new means of making payments in the new circumstances. The absence of a swift and effective solution to these requirements, as well as fears that central banks' actions sometimes lead to hyperinflation, created the space for non-government entities to establish new forms of private currencies that seemed to have gained popularity and acceptance across the world, including here in Nigeria. In response to these developments, an overwhelming majority of central banks across the world have started to consider issuing digital currencies in order to cater for businesses and households seeking faster, safer, easier, and cheaper means of payments. A handful of countries, including China, Bahamas, and Cambodia, have already issued their own central bank digital currencies. A 2021 survey of the central banks around the world by the Bank of International Settlements found that almost 90% are actively researching the potential for central bank digital currencies. 60% were experimenting with the technology, and 14% were deploying pilot projects. Needless to add, close monitoring and close supervision will be necessary in the early stages of implementation to study the effect of eNAIRA on the economy as a whole. It is on the basis of this that the Central Bank of Nigeria sought and received my approval to explore issuing Nigeria's own central bank digital currency named the eNAIRA. This move was underpinned by the fact that the CBN has been a leading innovator in the form of money they produce and in the payment services they deploy for efficient transactions. They have invested heavily in creating a payment system that is ranked in the top 10 in the world and certainly the best in Africa. This payment system now provides high-value and time-critical payment services to financial institutions and ultimately serves as the backbone for every electronic payment in Nigeria. They have also supported several private sector initiatives to improve the existing payments landscape and in turn have created some of the world's leading payment service providers today. While the journey to create a digital currency for Nigeria began sometimes in 2017, work identified over the past several months with several brainstorming exercises, deployment of technical partners and advisors, collaboration with the ministries of communications and digital economy and its sister agencies like the Nigerian Communications Commission, integration of banking softwares across the country, and painstaking tests to ensure the robustness, safety, and scalability of the central bank digital currencies system. Let me note that aside from the global trend to create digital currencies, we believe that there are Nigerian specific benefits that cut across different sectors of and concerns of the economy. The use of central bank digital currencies can help move away more people and businesses from the informal into the formal sector, thereby creating the tax base of the country. Alongside digital innovations, central bank digital currencies can foster economic growth through better economic activities. Indeed, some estimates indicate that the adoption of central bank digital currencies and its underlying technology called blockchain can increase Nigeria's GDP by 29 billion United States dollars over the next 10 years. The central bank digital currency can also help increase remittances, foster a cross-border trade, improve financial inclusion, make monetary policy more effective, and enable the government to send direct payments to citizens eligible for specific welfare programs. It is on this basis that I am delighted to officially launch the Central Bank of Nigeria digital currency called the eNAIRA, and in so doing, we have become the first country in Africa and one of the first in the world to introduce a digital currency to her citizens. Let me, in closing, commend the Governor of the Central Bank, his deputies, and the entire team of staff who worked tirelessly to make this day a reality. I thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. What follows now is the official unveiling of the eNAIRA, in which the President will be joined by His Excellency, the Vice President, and the Governor of the Central Bank.
I haven't rehearsed. So what do we do? That is it?
That is it.
This secret can only be unveiled by the Governor of Santola.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President, Your Excellency, the Vice President and Governor of the Central Bank. Thank you.
Can I go?
Okay, Mr. President.
I see. I see, yes. Where are the emblems?